Well, hello everyone. I've come down to Slaty Creek to run some material down my sluice today. I've got a very sore arm, so it's a short trip, but stay tuned and enjoy. I've just done my first test pan from this little spot over here. It's right next to where a couple of high banking tailings piles are, but I've just gone inside from that. I got a few good pans from there when I was up here with Josh from Chasing Gold, Dan, Stumpy Picks, and Two Brothers. So this is my first pan, just off the topsoil. I got one little decent flake, so I'll do another couple pans from here. Got my sluice set up down there, and my bucket, my magical bucket and classifier.
Ho, 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 it's magic!
We'll fill that up a few times and run it down the sluice and see how we go from this spot. There we go, we have pan number 2. We got a very nice flake. So I'm a bit worried though that there's only a flake in there and there's nothing else with it. So whether or not I'm going to start filling up buckets from this spot, I don't know. I'll do a few more pans up and down here and we'll see how we go. Maybe we'll get onto a bit more consistency than just one flake in the pan. And the third pan, which is there, I've just taken from here. No reason, just testing up the creek. Although I did get that big flake from down deep in the hole that had already been dug, I've had better pans from on top. More in this orange, a bit softer clay than what I dug out of that bottom of that hole, so hopefully we get a good show of colour in this pan and then I'll have my spot to fill up a few buckets. Still doing it one arm though. You can see the ironstone in there. There's quite a fair bit of it. It's a great sign, I guess. Lots of heavy stuff in the pan still, so just one bit. Not a very big bit either. One bit there. But anyway, I'll keep testing and I'll go up a little bit further. I've been hanging to get back in the creek. This is amazing. Rather than a few fly poops, I think I got skunked. I think the Panadol's starting to kick in. See if there's anything sitting at the bottom of those holes, because there's not a lot sitting on top of it. You know, I sort of tend to steer away from the big holes that people have already dug, but when the water's flowing like this, it's actually not a bad thing, because it sort of changes the run of the river, I guess you could say, to it sort of disturbs all the dirt in front of the hole, or upstream from the hole. Makes it a little bit more easy to liberate because there's a lot more water flow going into that hole. So there's a very good chance that any gold that was sitting in front of the hole has been eroded away and has collected in the hole, being a low pressure zone as well. Sometimes it's not good to dig straight deep into their really deep clay, but just scraping the gravel off the top and seeing what's collected in there since the hole's been dug is not a bad idea. Fingers crossed I can give you some proof here it's not a bad idea. You know, last time I came here I had a terrible toothache and had to leave early to go to the dentist. So I've never been 100% fit here. One day I'll get a good day in and see what this area can produce. Well, it didn't produce much at all. A handful of fly poops. Just a few little totters. Phew. I think the Panadol's starting to kick in. Well, after that disappointing pan, I turned the camera off, and the second pan I took from that area, just down a little bit, produced the goods. I got about 10 bits in there, and they weren't too bad a size. So I decided to fill up a few buckets from there and run it down the sluice. It was nice because it was a bit closer to the sluice, and I didn't have to go as far. Alright, so it's time to run a couple of buckets. I did find a couple of specks per pan through the middle here, so I've just come a little bit closer to the sluice and filled up a bucket. Not exactly where I was test panning, and I probably got the best test pan from up there, but it only had one flake in it, so I'd rather get a few flakes per pan and hopefully a big one rocks up every now and then. So let's get it down the sluice anyway, see how we go. Meat scoops. I've just done a little test in there just to see if it's flowing all right. There's a few bits swirling around in the right places, so happy days. I'll feed this on nice and quick because it's flowing pretty fast. There's my first bit of gold. Yoo-hoo! Right in the middle of the screen there now. I do love sluicing for this reason.
I'm not panning the bottom of the buckets today. My arm is too sore.
It's a beautiful day in the bush. I think the Panadol's starting to kick in. Well, I've got some cons from the sluice here. As you can see, it's pretty much all ironstone. If I try and do a reveal, it's going to look pretty crappy anyway, so we'll see if we can have a little sneak peek, but I don't think I can't even get it to move. Well, you can see a few little bits rearing their head out of there. Well, a nice bit in the middle of the screen just there, but yeah, a couple of nice other bits, but it's a bit hard to do this out here, especially one-handed. So I'll be taking this home and I'll clean it up at home, and obviously I'll show you what I get when I get there. I still have one sluice full of cons over there. It's just cleaning itself out. With my limited ability for the day, I ran about 6 buckets, about 2 buckets per sluice run. I was very happy that I just brought down the sluice and no high banker or anything, because it's so easy to clean out the sluice. It's nice and light. And by the way, that dream mat is just amazing. It seems to catch everything. It's so easy to clean out. Love it. Love dream mat. I love it. Out of 3 sluice runs, I'm left with a bucket full of ironstone. That was a great little session down the creek, but I had a long walk back up to the car. It was so muddy on the way in that I had to walk a fair way. That nearly killed me walking up the hill, so clearly I'm very unfit and need to get back into it. There is one nice little piece just here, and a couple of other flakes, but yeah, I think I probably got just as much again test panning. So anyway, I'll do a snuffer dump and see what we got in total. Chuck it on the scales, eh? Well, it just goes to show there's still good gold at Slaty Creek. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, bye.